Have you ever thought that accepting something you don't want can save you from losing someone you love? Listen carefully to what I am going to tell you today. There are decisions we make out of fear of abandonment that forever destroy our dignity and peace of mind. Today, I am going to talk to you about one of the most delicate and painful situations I see in my office. When a person agrees to share their intimacy with a third person just to please their partner. Pay attention, because what I am going to reveal to you today will not only help you understand the psychological mechanisms behind this dynamic, but will also give you tools to protect yourself from relationships that devalue you. Stay until the end, because I will reveal the definitive sign that you are giving up your power and love. 2 weeks ago, a 35-year-old woman came to my office. He was shaking when he told me, "Doctor, my boyfriend told me that his fantasy was to invite one of his friends to be with us." At first I refused, but he insisted so much that I finally said yes. We did it, and now I can't even look at myself in the mirror. I feel like I stopped being me. Do you know what was the most painful? That she thought accepting him would keep her by his side. But the reality is that now he sees her differently and she sees herself as an outsider. Let me ask you something. Have you ever given into something that violated your values just to avoid losing someone? Think about it carefully. I am a doctor. Eleanor Whitmore, a psychologist and family counselor with over 30 years of experience helping couples build healthy relationships. And what hurts me the most is seeing how the fear of abandonment turns wonderful people into shadows of themselves. This is why we created this Couples and Desire community, because we all deserve love in our couples, and without desire the relationship cannot last long. But a love that honors us and does not destroy us. Something curious I discovered after serving hundreds of couples. When someone offers to include someone else in intimacy, it is rarely exploration. It's almost always about power. It has a way of measuring the extent to which the other person is willing to cancel themselves for admitting it. And listen carefully, someone who truly loves you will never ask you for something that they know will hurt you. Now, why do some people agree? The answer lies in what we call emotional dependence. When your self-esteem depends on someone's validation, when you're more afraid of being alone than betraying yourself, you end up saying yes to things that should be a no-no for you. And here is the most important thing. This yes is not born from desire, it is born from terror. Let me tell you about another case. A man came to me devastated. Her partner had accepted her proposal to invite another woman, but after that night, she completely changed. She became distant, cold. He told me, "I don't understand." She accepted. I thought we would enjoy it together. I explained something fundamental to him. Accepting does not mean consenting. There is a world of difference between doing something because you want to and doing it because you're afraid of the consequences if you refuse. Do you realize the seriousness of this? We are talking about people who abandon their bodies, their intimacy, their essence, not out of pleasure, but out of panic. And let me tell you something I was taught, is that when you betray your values for someone else, you end up hating yourself, and ultimately, you also end up hating the person who made you feel the way you should. Here is a phrase I want you to remember in your mind. True love will never ask you to exceed your own limits. And if that's the case, it's not love, it's manipulation. Pay close attention to what I am going to reveal to you now. There are behaviors that reveal when a proposition like this hides something darker. First, insistence. If your partner won't take no for an answer and continues to pressure you, that's a huge red flag. Second, comparisons. Phrases like "other couples do it and are happy," or "if you really loved me, you would," are emotional manipulation tactics. Third, veiled threats. Things like "there's no more passion between us," or "I need to feel something new," are designed to make you feel guilty or inadequate. Let me ask you, do any of these signs sound familiar to you in your relationship or that of a loved one? A huge greeting to all those who watch this video in Canada, England, the United States, and who write to me to tell me their stories. You are the reason I continue to do this every day. And speaking of stories, yesterday a patient wrote to me, Dr. Whitmore, thanks to your consultations, I understood that my relationship was not love, it was an addiction. These words fill me with meaning. Now, something that not many people understand, when you agree to something like this, thinking that it will strengthen the relationship, what you are actually doing is blowing it up. Because you introduce a variable that changes the whole emotional equation, the jealousy, the insecurity, the comparison, the guilt, all of that shows up later. And believe me, I've seen 10, 15-year relationships destroyed in a single night by decisions like that. I remember another patient saying something heartbreaking to me. I thought if I made him happy he would stop looking at other women. But now I know that the only thing I managed to do was lose my own perspective. Do you understand the magnitude of it all? She has lost all sense of perspective. She has lost the ability to look at herself with respect. And here's something that might surprise you. Very often, the person making this proposition is also not emotionally prepared for the consequences. Because fantasizing is one thing and facing reality is another. I've seen men cry in my office because after their partner agreed, they realized they could no longer see her in the same way. The image they had of her had changed. And that, my friends, is devastating for both of them. A curious thing I discovered while reading about the art of love: immature love says, I love you because I need you, while mature love says, I need you because I love you. Do you see the difference? When someone asks you for things that hurt you, it's because they need you as an object, not because they love you as a person. If you're watching this and you recognize yourself in what I've said, let me tell you something from the bottom of my heart. Your worth doesn't depend on the sacrifices you're willing to make. It simply exists because you exist. And any relationship that makes you doubt that doesn't deserve your attention. Before we continue, if you haven't already subscribed to the Couple and Desire channel, now is the perfect time to do so. 1. Dedicate some of my time to my subscribers as a personal advisor. You can ask me all your questions about relationships, couples, self-esteem, absolutely anything, or tell me your own story. I'm here for you. And to those of you who are already subscribed, thank you so much for being part of this community that is growing every day in a spirit of love and respect. Now, let me talk to you about the telltale sign of a toxic relationship. When you feel that saying no will make you lose the other person's love. Listen carefully. In a healthy relationship, your boundaries are not only respected, they are honored. Your no's are just as valuable as your yeses. And if someone makes you feel that refusing them something is a lack of love, that person is not looking for a partner, but a docile object. I have worked with thriving couples where both partners encourage each other to grow without ever humiliating each other. Couples where communication is so clear that there's no need for guesswork. And let me tell you something, in none of these healthy relationships have I seen proposals that violate the other person's dignity. Think about it. How many times have you heard of relationships that were strengthened by the arrival of a third person? Probably none, because true intimacy is exclusive, not out of possessiveness, but out of sacredness. It's the space where two people allow themselves to be vulnerable without judgment, without comparison, without spectators. Let me share my personal experience. In 32 years of marriage, my husband and I have had disagreements. Difficult times, even crises, but we have never brought up topics that could hurt the other person, because true love protects, it doesn't expose. True love takes care, it doesn't take risks. Here's another thought: when someone truly loves you, your peace of mind is more important than their curiosity. Your emotional well-being takes precedence over any fleeting desire, and if that's not clear in your relationship, my love, then you're not in a relationship, you're in a transaction. Which aspect of this advice resonated with you the most? Did you recognize yourself in what I shared today? Let me know in the comments, and if you know someone who needs to hear this, please share it. Sometimes, the right words at the right time can save years of suffering. Tell me where you're watching this video from. I'm so happy to know that this couple and desire community is growing all over the world. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this message. See you soon in the next video, where we'll continue to build relationships that respect us and allow us to grow. Sending you hugs from my office.